Welcome back, guys. Today the phone box is being monopolised by Australians. I mean, at least I hope they're Australians, because if they're not, they're Kiwis, and if they're Kiwis, they're going to be angry with me for calling them Australians. I say monopolised, it's not that bad, but the queue's getting a teeny weeny bit restless, just a teeny bit, and I get it. Now folks, having been off yesterday, obviously we missed the last day of the Blues, but hey, not the end of the world, because they'll be back next week. However, I know what you're thinking, guys, because I'm thinking the same thing. Will he be back? Who is the he I'm referring to? Well, I've decided on an official name for him, because we've got lots of gatesmen and gateswomen, but we've only so far come across one gatesmanator, okay? That's a gatesman that's crossed with Arnold Schwarzenegger to produce a Terminator. So the gatesmanator is what we're going to call him, including in my video titles, if he makes a reappearance. Big if. But there's only one way to find out. Now, the guard change, dear lovely viewer, is just about to come to an end. It's except for the noisy police, it's a very nice day today. Oh, somebody's doing their hair, ready for their pictures, as usual. Those are the monopolising Aussies, who are probably Kiwis. Now, somebody did ask in the comments, when typically is tourist season regarded as being over? Well, there's one absolute, in fact, in the tube station. One of the entrances is right behind me. There we are, Westminster Station, tube station, subway, metro, as you wish. There are facilities, toilet facilities. Now, those facilities remain locked up and unavailable for much of the year. But for a little period, at the absolute peak, they're open. But now they're closed. Yep, they're closed. And they'll probably stay closed for a while, I would have thought, to be honest. That's a very good indication, because now they put up a sign saying the nearest toilets, whatever you want to call it, are at Westminster Pier. Which, to be fair, I mean, if you know where you're going and you cut through the subway that goes under the road here, it's a very quick trip to Westminster Pier. But it's not really, exceptionally nearby if you're bursting to go. Biggest problem with this area, this street, is that in the winter months, when you're caught short, it's a real problem. A lot of people actually at this phone box today, which is unusual. I'm guessing it's probably because it looks fairly clean. Also, it actually has a handset, a non-functioning handset, in the box, so people can get the most authentic "I'm on the phone with Xi Jinping" videos possible. So yeah, sometimes when it's really cold, doesn't matter what you're wearing. I do remember those most ferocious winter days here on Whitehall. It's a struggle. There isn't anywhere, unless you happen to work there, close to Horse Guards that's available. The nearest, okay, maybe you could get into one of the pubs. Not always easy, as they often have door staff. But the nearest after that is a good 5 to 10 minute walk, depending on how fast you walk, obviously. Either Trafalgar Square one end or Westminster Pier the other end. But neither are particularly close to Horse Guards, and it's very easy to get lost and miss them. But there it is, adequate planning, I guess. Either that or take a bottle. It's a lovely day, folks, I must say. We're only a couple of degrees away from needing to wear maybe a tracksuit top or a long sleeve mountaineering top of some sort. You'll notice some people have already got long sleeves on. It's warm, we're still touching 20-ish, but there's that teeny little bit of whatever you want to call it. Teeniest bit of chill. Lovely dressed ladies. Okay, anyway, big weekend coming up. This weekend, folks, is the Notting Hill Carnival. It will not directly impact what's going on here, but it will impact various transportation services in London, which in turn could have a knock-on effect, disrupting Whitehall. One small problem, it's completely packed here. Wait, how are we going to get through? What on earth? I've never seen this many people just stationed outside. I think it's one massive tour group just decided to pull up and monopolise the entire street. Okay, finally, tripping away, tourists down a plug hole. I really don't get the fascination with Downing Street. I honestly don't, folks. I mean, I guess in some respects, if you've never seen it before, it's interesting to get a picture. But at the end of the day, you're just going to look like, you know, you're a visiting day at Chino or something. Just trying not to bash into anyone, folks. I wouldn't want to create an Anglo-Chinese diplomatic incident here on Whitehall. So yes, will the gatesmen need to be back? That is this morning's key question, along with which horses or the lifeguards have brought with them for, get ready for it, folks, a bank holiday weekend. That's another sort of minor indicator that the summer is coming to an end. Oh look, they're doing a little fashion shoot. Very nice. Yeah, it's the last bank holiday of the year, August bank holiday, which I believe is the 26th. So starting tomorrow, we've got a long weekend. Tomorrow it could be problematic because it's going to pour with rain. The forecast is very heavy rain all morning. What does that mean? Not sure yet. I'll figure it out when I wake up. However, after that, we've got, as I remember sort of, you know, optimistically predicting a few weeks ago, an Indian summer. We're going to be back into the high 20s with super bright long days of sunshine next week. How's about that? That's the 11:30 bell, so the guard changes is finished. So even if tomorrow ends up being an absolute washout, and in all likelihood it will be. Actually, wait, let's just check the phone, see if it's still saying. I didn't look this morning, but yesterday night it was saying that tomorrow is going to be an absolute washout all day. Yeah, look at this, guys. London Saturday, right, tomorrow. A major washout. I'm not sure if you can see that clearly, but anyway. Yep, London tomorrow, a major washout. Heavy rain and a gentle breeze. Temperatures around 15 degrees. I mean, that's going to feel like it's midwinter compared to what we've had recently. 15 with rain is a massive difference to 20 with a bit of sunshine. Anyway, after that, we're going slowly up towards height of 27, 28, 29 during the course of next week, which is rather nice. Might have had a quitting horse. Now either the horse has quit and said no thanks, or the troopers pulled the horse way back in the box. Oh, nope, the horse is... it's a shy horse. He's like, I don't like this many tourists, keep them away, please. Oh my golly gosh, guys, the yard is absolutely packed. Look at this, for the dismount. That is a lot of enthusiastic tourists, all of whom are bringing money to our wonderful London economy. Okay, let's see quickly before they'll flood out, if we can figure out which horse it is. Oh God, the red cap clown with 3 cameras is back, here he is. Again, what a surprise, 1 second. Not going to be... Oh, recognise the trooper. This guy didn't know there's a horse in the box. In fact, it looks to me like a lot of people don't realise there's a horse in the box. We arrived at a rather opportune moment. Look at the flood. Oh, stableman's asked the trooper if he's alright. So it looks to me like either the horse is backing up, trying to escape, or something else is going on. Sheepish horse, I guess. Definitely not a sheepish trooper, this one. Well. Seems that word got out, guys, that it's a holiday weekend. Nothing else would explain the zillion people that are coming through right now. It's crazy busy. We'll try and get an idea on the horse in a minute, if the trooper pulls it back out again. Got a great trooper at the other end as well. Another well-known face who was the Chitsman a few days ago. These numbers are completely mind-boggling. I mean, what on earth? It might just be that the horse might not be a happy chappy this morning. This is the horse, actually everybody, this is the horse that always bites American tourists. Every time. Yeah, he's got a real taste. They're not biting, damn it, they're not biting. We need to find some more gullible tourists who will bite and believe my story about the... Oh, hold on. Right, this gatesman is not the gatesman, it's a gatesman. But I see that as being a positive, guys, because it means that when they change over the gatesman, they might bring on the gatesmanator. He is at least telling everybody to make way. I mean, there's not really much of an option other than to tell people to make way when the crowd's this big. Look at it. Got the couple of usual weird obsessives who are here every day with 2 or 3 cameras. It's very odd. Let's see what happens when he turns around. There's a hell of a lot of people. Goodness gracious me. It's probably a good thing actually that the guard didn't want to come to this end, because there were so many people he would really have had to upset some tourists. And believe it or not, folks, the guards don't take any joy in that. Horses were leaving himself, so I'm not going to focus on that for a minute. Yep, horses were leaving himself. Okay, so into the throng we go, people. The yard is absolutely chocker. Let's have a look at that first. I wonder if they might have swapped the gatesmanator and made him chitsman today. We'll have a look in a minute. It would be really surprising actually if, given how much attention he received, positive attention, it would be very surprising if the lifeguards didn't bring that particular gatesmanator trooper back. But more importantly, hopefully, his extraordinary performance, and it was an extraordinary performance, folks, a magnificent performance on duty, will have gotten around in the regiment, I guarantee. A lot of the troopers would have ribbed him about it, but in a kind of semi-envious way. What I mean by that? Well, all the troopers know that they're on social media, okay? A lot of them don't like it, but they know they're there, especially on TikTok. We know before from speaking to the captain that, folks, oh yes, they rib each other about it. It's a bit of an ongoing joke. Now, I'm not entirely sure, so I'm not going to call it, whether or not the gatesmanator is now the chitsman. I'm honestly, seriously hoping that that isn't him, because if it is, he's not going to be doing gatesman duties today. I can't see. I don't want to zoom in. It's not really fair to do that to him. There's a small chance they might swap around, but I'm not optimistic. If that is indeed who I think it is, and I'm reasonably certain it's the same trooper, he will stay on chitsman duties for the day. I don't recall seeing the gatesman and chitsman swap roles in the same day. I mean, it might have happened, but it's not something that I can actively recall. Now, in terms of naming the 2 horses, we're going to struggle this morning. We are absolutely going to struggle, simply because of the massive number of people that are here. Look at it. It's mind-boggling, to be honest with you. Absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah, he's over there.
I'm more concerned we're getting the idea at this end. So this is the end that we're going to focus on, folks, because it isn't that long until the changeover, and if I keep moving, we're not going to actually get anywhere near the front. So let's see. Massive crowds of Chinese tourists here again. Okay, that for the moment is probably, other than Blondie's head, the closest we're going to get. I think I can see the hoof number. 1 second, let's have a look. I normally have the list open, but like a fool, I forgot this morning. Let's have a quick look, folks. Trouble is, guys, this is the horse that always bites blonde tourists. Whenever they get close to it, it only bites blondes every time. It's still not working. 1 second. Where's the list? Right, I think instinctively it is magnificent. Zandvoorde. I think it is. I say think, I mean I'm reasonably certain. I'll move a little bit more directly in front in a moment. She really loved the horse, actually. Okay, some small child has got a little shopping basket behind me, so I need to be careful not to bash into her shopping. If she stole it from Tesco's or whatever. Yeah, I'm reasonably certain it's Zandvoorde. Let me just zoom in on the hoof number so that we know. We also need to, of course, get a picture for our new rogues gallery of naughty horses. For those of you that are not yet following my Instagram account, folks, do so. Why? We try and post at least one portrait of a horse per day. So let's see if we can capture today's portrait of this beauty. This is Zandvoorde.
I've been standing here for 2 minutes.
Got it, folks. He's looking rather lovely, so I'm going to post it right now. In fact, the trooper's looking a little bit like Julius Caesar as well, sort of looking into the distance, glancing. I might decide to take my steed and conquer Wessex at some point. So let's pop that up. So link, guys, to the Instagram is on my YouTube homepage. Got all those links. Now, one thing I didn't mention at the phone box is, and I feel guilty for not having done so, I got a ton of emails from Buy Me a Coffee. Folks, you guys are way too generous. I mean, at this rate, I'm going to be able to start my own coffee farm, let alone buying cups of coffee. So thank you to everybody that used the Buy Me a Coffee link on the YouTube homepage. Definitely will not be going thirsty this winter, folks, and probably not until winter 2027 at this rate. So you're very, very generous, especially those of you that went completely crazy and spent a fortune on multiple cups of coffee. Guys, you are really too kind, honestly. So let me. And lucky enough, I've got Zandvoorde saved in my keyboard. Why is that lucky? Because trying to type that word out with one hand would take about an hour. So Zandvoorde is now on the Instagram. He does look absolutely lovely this morning. I said he. Folks, I can't remember. I think some of you actually mentioned that Zandvoorde might well be a mare. Apologies, I can't remember. We know that Zambezi is a mare, and of course we know that Zara is a mare. We still haven't yet definitively caught Zara thus far. What do we think, guys? Mare or gelding? Instinctively. Hard one to guess, actually. I mean, I'm only going by the fact that some of you had mentioned in the comments you were pretty much sure that Zandvoorde is a mare. It'll be interesting because actually, if this horse is a mare, that means for the moment we've got more mares than geldings for the Z's. Oh, I think she said, "Can I touch the horse?" And the trooper said no. That's a shame, actually, folks. That is a real shame, because lovely Carolyn from Maryland really wanted to touch the horse. But she read out to her husband behind me. Says, "Don't touch the horse." I'm not a lip reader, guys, so I can't be absolutely certain that's what she said. But she definitely asked the trooper something. And to be honest, what else would she have asked him? I mean, it's not as if any tourist would ever say to the trooper, which way is Buckingham Palace or something, completely ridiculous like that. Oh wait, that happened 2 days ago. Oh. Alright, let's hope everyone is well behaved today. I think they will be. I actually don't think we're going to be seeing any touching. Now, trust me, folks, I know as well as a lot of you how hard it is not to touch, especially late at night, but if I can do it. You're using flash. It will scare the horse. If you're using flash, somebody was using flash. We saw that, guys. Am I imagining it? Am I imagining the fact that we just saw flash, boom, in front of the horse? I'm sure we did. Okay, more happy folks arriving. Who's up next? To be honest, they might have, or might as well have electrified the reins, because no one's touched them in a good fortnight plus. Not one person.
That was so nice.
Folks, this horse is well known because this is the horse that really likes to bite Scottish tourists. He only bites people from Scotland. It's something to do with it. I knew you ladies would catch on.
No, she doesn't bite the Geordies.
No. Wait, are you any of you from Scotland or you're all Geordies? Oh, blood! There goes me with my regional knowledge. Flipping, I'm embarrassed as an Englishman. Oh, good lord! I was convinced I want to say some Scottish accents. Okay, folks, this is the horse that always bites Geordies. I tried it, didn't work. Never mind. Oh, good lord! I was pretty much convinced. Gosh, now I'm really embarrassed, folks. I think I need to spend more time in Scotland and in Wales. Goodness me.
The last time I seen you. Enjoy seeing you.
I'll see you later, Patrick.
Some people just arriving like, well, there's a horse. So that being really smart. Plenty of people here, look. But it seems to me, a lot of those viral videos that we saw before, with people touching the reins, getting shouted at, or things going wrong, they will gradually die down in popularity. So they won't be appearing on people's feeds. That's a huge plus. Why? Because those were the kind of videos that encouraged a lot of idiots that were visiting London to try and make the guard laugh or do this or do that. Okay? So it's a huge positive that kind of content will slowly be pushed down, replaced by more wholesome, these are the normal ways to behave at horse guards videos. Oh, somebody's got a cute dog, look. Oh, can't quite fit the dog in, look. Is the dog going to bark and scare the horse? That's the key question, what do we think? Oh, what the hell? That's the world's smallest dog. I think that is actually the smallest dog I've ever seen.
Okay, do you get in there, Victoria, quickly? Stand next to Victoria. Side shift a bit more.
Absolutely teeny weeny.
Look at me then, look at me. Ready? Ragnar.
I'd love to know which breed that is actually. That is a micro-sized dog. It's actually like a cat, it's so small. Oh. Oh, Gatesman's back on it again. Hear that? Massive make way to our right. Lifeguards have definitely been briefed.
1 and 2 and 3.
Such a sea change, in fact, in the way that they're dealing with the tourists. All of them, it would appear.
1 and 2 and 3, okay?
I mean, we've got a lot of observation time this weekend. We've got today, obviously we've got tomorrow, and we've got the day after to see just how on it they are. Because my thoughts are that if a couple of the troopers have started, most will take inspiration from that, and if anything, the ones that are not being more vocal will be encouraged to do so by their peers. So I see that as being a huge positive. This particular trooper, it's a hard one. He's firm and exceptionally fair, but I know, for example, that he would not shout at kids. He just wouldn't do it. I say I know. From what I know of him, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't shout at kids. And to be honest, who can argue with that? Horses are so much more relaxed. We don't see the pawing, we don't see the stress, etc. We haven't had a meltdown in almost 2 weeks. Massive difference, eh? So all of you that were really encouraging the change, well done, folks. I mean, at the end of the day, if it were not for mass pressure, not via me or the channel or you guys, but in terms of things going wrong here, i.e. the tourist getting bitten or thrown over, add in other instances on social media, add in the fact that the horses were clearly starting to have a lot of meltdowns. We captured at least 50 meltdowns in a year of filming, at least, if not more. I haven't ever counted them. Oh, is this like Lidl PR group? Chinese tourists wearing Lidl t-shirts. Actually, I think they're Chinese American. Yeah, it looks like it's maybe a little team building exercise. They don't give them a pay rise. Made them all managers. They're here getting PR, free PR for your brand. Well, they should actually be having a day off. Who's up next? Okay. Gosh. Oh, we can just about fit both in. Chinese girl and this guy. It's hard work being a model, folks, it really is. I personally cannot pull that many stupid faces in quick succession. I don't know about all of you guys, but I would find it a very, very difficult thing to do. Okay, let's have a look at the other end. Let me go white. One second.
Stand here. No, stand here. And I'm going to just walk through.
White, right. Sorry, I was looking at something that was white then. Then you go right out and around. That's a bit better. And see if we can ID the other one. I'm just looking at the clock, we've only got 9 minutes, so if I don't ID this one now, it might not actually get ID'd today, full stop. Now this is the trooper that when we were here before, a few days ago, was the Chitsman. So he's one of those versatile troopers that I think actually we've seen him in every role. Boxman, Gatesman, Chitsman. Pretty sure we have. Nope. Oh, he's got his tongue stuck. Trying to look at the hoof. Doesn't look clear. Then again, I might need to get a bit closer. We'll see. Oh, actually, before I forget, somebody in the comments, I deleted the comment because it was puerile and pathetic, but somebody in the comments yesterday mentioned, are you the YouTuber that likes to call tourists idiots? If so, maybe have, I don't know, a t-shirt or something printed with, I'm the YouTuber that blah, blah, blah. Folks, there's a big difference between tourists and idiots. Now, the reason that most people that are idiots in these videos happen to be tourists is because this is a popular stopping point for tourists. Now, the majority of people that visit here, as we know, are well-behaved, polite and respectful. However, there are lots of idiots. Those idiots are tourists, hence tourist idiots. Anyone that wants to find me, talk to me, get in my face, easy to find, you can always hear my voice. Tall guy, typically a white t-shirt, hat, glasses. Come along, try your luck whenever you'd like to. I'm always available for a friendly or indeed unfriendly chat, as you wish. Let's try to get a teeny bit closer. Now, the other thing, folks, to mention. Oh, wait, she's got an avocado. A fluffy avocado toy. Second group were added to the approved users list yesterday. So we've now got a total of 20. 2 gents and 18 of you ladies. Whenever you comment, your comments will not be filtered or held, as YouTube annoyingly does quite often, for review. Now, I think, and you're welcome to try it, ladies. Again, I'm not going to name names because it doesn't matter who it is. Let's just say prolific, long-time commenters and supporters of the channel are now on that whitelist. You should be able to post links according to the YouTube community guidelines, if you're an approved user on the whitelist, yeah, you can post links. So for example, some of you that are exceptionally helpful with answering other viewers' questions, you should, and you're welcome to try it, see if it works, be able to post links, for example, to the HK Museum or to Army website or other official sources, etc. Or even Wikipedia articles, because often it's quicker and easier to link to relevant sources of information than typing out the whole thing or indeed copying and pasting it. But you ladies will know who you are because you've been long-time viewers. Many of you have been long-time supporters, and most importantly of all, you're very kind with your time and answering the questions that other viewers ask that are new to the channel when I'm outside filming. Obviously I can't be in two places at once, and now the channel's getting crazy popular, folks. It's hard to keep up with those comments, but these are good problems to have, and they are surmountable. I might also at some point, folks, I don't know what you think about this, add a community moderator. I'm very reluctant to do that, simply because I did that before on TikTok and there were issues with it. Now, a community moderator would have all of the perms to deal with comments that I have, but obviously nothing in terms of, the videos or the content. They would just be able to remove comments or delete comments or hide users from the channel. I'm very reluctant to go that route because thus far we seem to have got the perfect balance between, community, content, and a generally positive and friendly atmosphere on this channel. And that, I think, in large part, as well as the reasonably good quality videos and narration by yours truly, would explain why this is the most watched long-form channel covering this content in London, by far. Which is a wonderful thing. The other thing, guys, it probably won't be tomorrow, but it will certainly be by Monday at the latest. We will hit 80,000 on the channel. Now, I remember 50 at the beginning of the summer. I remember 60 and 70. 80 means we are 4/5 of the way to that magic 100k number, which will be nice. But we are very, very, very close. So people, tell your friends and family and anyone else that might like this content about London City Walks, and let's push it hard to the magic 100k this weekend. I like the idea of that because it's a major milestone. There will be lots of horseguardy channels that get to 1 million, but we'll know which ones. They're spammy, the content is quite useless, most of them have completely off-topic videos, all kinds of spammy graphics and rubbish, and either very puerile attempts at narration, which generally fail because they're littered with factual errors and incoherent ramblings, or very spammy graphics, like emojis and all kinds of arrows and rubbish. I don't see the point of it myself. So if we manage, guys, to make it to that magic number, thanks to all of you, and it will be a very, very big deal for the channel, because I couldn't care less about any other numbers after that. Why? Because 99.9% of channels fail before they ever get to 1,000. And lots more fail before they ever get to 100,000. So it's a big deal. I think actually what we'll do is, we've got 3 or 4 minutes. I think we'll come into the yard. Oh.
You all need to move pretty quickly. We need to get the horses out.
Look at this.
Second white line. Move. Everyone needs to move over there out the way.
Loving this trooper.
Over there.
Even telling the army officers, ex-army officers group, I'm going to get myself to the front behind the bollards. I don't want to get shouted at by that trooper. Brilliant, eh? I mean, they're really on it. Look. He's telling them you need to be behind the line, not on it, but behind it. Look. Out the way of the doors of the box.
If you're out the front, you need to start moving behind the black bollards. We need to get the horses out the way.
Flip, this is amazing to see, eh?
Bollard. Now you need to go back behind the black bollard. All the way, out the way.
I don't know what they've injected the troopers with, but
Even
my
on that
God.
side, make sure you're all the way back.
I want some of it.
One over there. Can you move all the way back, please? Move out the way, please. All in the way. Reach back behind that bollard.
Look at this. Absolutely amazing, eh? Flipping old super impatient tourists there, bugging the police officer about, you hear that, say, we're changing when? So what's the officer? A public information source. Troopers told them to get back as well. Really on it today. It's a good thing to see, isn't it? Brilliant thing to see, to be honest. Love it. The fact that the trooper in his number 2 uniform is really on it that much. Fantastic thing to see. Actually, if these two officers are shown they're not going to be right at the front, these two don't take any nonsense. Oh. They've just gotten stuck in the yard. They've just been told they can't leave via the front gates. The normal person would realise that because the gates are closed. I'm actually scared to be this close to the front guys, because if the new, well, sorry, not the new, if the NCO decides to come a little bit past the bollards, I'm the one that's going to get shouted at. I am behind them, but you never know. Bing bong. That's a lot of bongs. This horse, he already wants to quit. Look, he's already like, get me out of here. They're really not letting anybody take the mick. It's a brilliant thing to see. It's so on it, the police and the soldiers. I think this might well be a defining moment that we'll look back at next summer and think, you know what, that was when everything started to get really under control. Okay, goodbye Gloria Zandvoorder on the left. Gosh, folks, I'm way behind the bollard, but that was a bit close, a bit too close.
By the front, 3 turns, turns.
I spy a new face in the left box. We'll have a look in a minute. Fantastic, eh? I mean, really. enjoyed that immensely, to be honest with you folks, really did. Not often that we're right in the centre spot for the non-commissioned officer. Now, I think every indication is that they're done. Yeah, they're done. There's not going to be gatesman, chitsman change. Now this trooper that's on the horse here, not sure which horse it is yet. We'll find out in a minute. Magnificent looking horse, resplendent trooper. I don't know if it's a trooper we've seen before that's now back with a beard, but I don't recognise him, I must say. Let's get ourselves around a little bit. A second. Into a front position. Boom, here we go. That's more like it, folks. We'll get an idea in a minute. Very interesting star this horse has got. Here comes the next massive flood of people from the gate. Nope, not allowed to touch, not allowed to pat. As you just saw, no idea whose bag that is on the floor there, folks, in the corner. Did we see who put it down? Because hopefully it's the guy that's taking the picture. Who's now ended up taking a picture for everyone, look. Right, the horse, 1 second. Let's see. I think we've got the number. Yeah, I think I've got the number. 1 second, guys. Let's compare it to the list. Okay, so this is kind of 95th percentile. I would say this is Tennyson. Now, the only reason I would say is that's not a name I've come across for a long time, and for some weird reason, I seem to remember Tennyson being on the horse's trust list. I might be wrong, but the number matches. So let's put this horsey down as Tennyson. In fact, let's take a picture of him because we haven't seen him here for a long, long time, and he's a beauty. Absolutely lovely horse, magnificent looking. Tennyson's picture will be up this afternoon, folks. He's very chill, like really, really chill. Like, luckily, most of the tourists these days. Not all, but most. I love how bellicose this trooper is, or was with the tourists. So that's two we've now got in the lifeguards that are absolutely on it with crowd control, the gatesman, and today's stableman. Which, to be honest, is as good as we could hope for, isn't it? Let's be honest. If it carries on like this, the lifeguards are going to be... I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to be outdoing the Blues and Royals in terms of crowd control in no time. It's always been, and I think you would agree with this, I don't think this is a controversial thing to say, the Blues have always been a little bit more stern, rigid, as has been mentioned before, certainly stern when it comes to the tourists. But a lot of that has not necessarily been down to individual troopers, although there have of course been some notable superstars. But the horses, Most of the blues horses are larger. Some of them are considerably larger than the lifeguard horses. Yeah, that massive statuesque presence is naturally going to act as a deterrent to stupidity, isn't it? I swear this Italian bro on the right, who's just come back from skiing in the Alps, wants to touch the horse. Yeah, he wants to, 100%. But he's not a rule breaker. One thing Italians do respect is authority. If you don't believe me, guys, ask Mussolini. Yes, I really did just say that. In fact, Tennyson can have a nap. Nobody's going to wake him up. To be honest, an awful lot of the troopers now sporting beards, and I know that some of you older ex-HCAV folks do not approve of that, and you've told me, in fact some people have told me very, very firmly that you're very upset about the changes. I think it's a good thing. It's very kind of early modern history-esque. So this and so that. You watch back to anything, for example, if you want to go that far back, anything related to Arthurian legend and royalty. It's always about beards and swords. These horses, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a pity that we missed the massive beauty over this side. That's a shame. I know the office, it's a real pity. It would have been nice to see that beautiful horse again. In fact, one of the most beautiful horses, that one, the one with a massive white patch on its face. Isn't it great, folks, to see this? No, don't do it, don't do it. I have no idea what the response will be if somebody upsets this trooper. Here is Toys behind me saying that the horse thinks his job sucks. Smart conclusion. That's the horse only bites thing, but it moved back. In this case, it's actually a pity that the horse doesn't only bite a US Taurus. If those two got forward, criticising him while he's on duty, that's not very nice, is it? Oh, look. The redhead guy didn't realise there's a horse there, almost walked into it. I'm not sure if we got that in time. This is Joe, guys, trucker from Alabama on the left. He hasn't spoken since 1989, would you believe? Not a word out of his mouth. And today's no exception. Okay, let's hope Purple Hair doesn't get in trouble. There we are. Oh, I was thinking she might well try it. See that? No. Trooper shook his head. I know what was in his mind. Don't touch my horse was in his mind. But it's a good thing to see now. I mean, this is kind of what we were hoping we would see. It's a bit unfortunate it was this poor lady because she meant no harm, but you know what? The rules are the rules. She definitely did not deserve to get shouted at, so it's good that the trooper just shook his head. See, it's so easy for the troopers, if they're on the same page, to make sure that these horses effectively
I'm waiting for the lady to move.
never get
I'm
touched.
gonna stand in front of the lady. Just go push her out of the way. Like,
I'm at the left side.
Nope.
be next to me. Okay, now I'm going.
Meltdown. Tourists arguing. Oh goodness. I should definitely have played the American joke on her. To be honest, if most of the videos that people are putting up tend to be either tourists getting told off or the horse and reins being gestured away from the tourist, the visitor, by the guard, that's a massive positive, because that'll then become the norm. And what we're not seeing so far, and I don't think we will see it next summer when tourist season comes back, what we're not seeing are clowns turning up there thinking they're going to make some sort of a stupid video for a reaction, because that happened so often last year, and that's the last thing that anybody really wants here. It's completely unnecessary. And it's funny because a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, if people are not getting shouted at, if the reins are not being grabbed, if they're not a problem, etc., then there's no content. Hello. Quite the opposite, I would suggest. Why? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but the reason that the vast majority of you, and, you know, be honest in the comments, the reason the vast majority of you watch this channel and enjoy it is down to two primary factors. One, the horses and troopers. Okay? In other words, HCAV. That's primary factor number one. I mean, it's a HCAV channel. And two, the fact that there is a bit of comedy, a bit of entertainment, a bit of education, all, you know, gently and sometimes not so gently thrown in by yours truly. In other words, it's a kind of just relaxing channel to watch. You know, either to put on in the background or to watch what happens when people interact with the trooper and the horse. Yeah, occasionally it's funny people get in trouble or blah 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 blah, but it doesn't really fundamentally affect the content. The views on the channel are no different at all now to how they were a month ago or 2 months or 3 months ago. In other words, this change of sign has made no difference whatsoever to the popularity of the channel. In fact, the exact opposite is true. For the summer, which is normally the quietest part of the year, views are up. Very odd. I was not expecting that at all. I thought they'd be down, because typically most people on holiday are often outside and not home watching YouTube. Busiest month of the year is December. Oh, he's coming this way this time. What's going to happen with the tourist? That's already... There's the first make way. Oh, and a tourist on my left, English woman, said make way for the soldier. Brilliant. Horseguards is becoming self-policing, people. Brilliant. I mean, it really is a superb thing to see. Is the tourists, some of them, are respecting the sign and almost trying to educate their fellow tourists. Add in the police and the guards, I mean, it doesn't get any better, does it, really? Bro in the background with the grey beard is fascinating. He's like, my God. Now they scarper. Fantastic to see, really. Okay, so now he's going back to the middle again. This is curious. And now over to the second horse, look. And yet another make way.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted, people. The D word. You know? Everybody loves a bit of D, don't they? Let's not kid ourselves, folks. It's one of the best things in life. One of the best feelings in life, actually. That D. Discipline, guys, is what I'm talking about. Everybody likes discipline. Especially if it relates to naughty tourists and the British military dealing with them. Yeah, another make way. How's about this? The troop we're filming now actually is chill as hell. It's a real pleasure to watch. Superbly professional. Another Iceman trooper that I don't think would ever lose his composure. second closest hand. First sacrifices of the day on the left. Oh, I think he just sneezed.
Vai Gio, più vicino, più vicino. Excuse. Vai, vai un po' più vicino, vai, non entri.
No, este sí.
Matthew, far enough. There, stand there. Do you want to go stand with you?
Yep, that's it. Don't worry about the camera.
No, they soften. He's fine, he's trying to do it. I'm not going.
Everyone's getting a good picture today. For those of you that are still yet to visit, i.e. next month and the month after, and those of you, and I know there will be some of you coming to London for Christmas, which to be honest is actually probably the best time of the year to be in London anyway, because London is magnificent during the festive season. It's going to be a whole different experience to this time last year. And as far as I'm aware, there's no planned closure. So we might well, for the first time ever, get the troopers and the horses on Christmas Day. That's still something that I believe, to the best of my knowledge, has never yet been filmed. Oh, careful, okay. You turn that smile on pretty quick.
You guys want to play? Come on. Jordan, I'm not standing. You go there.
Little kid on their dad's back.
Jordan, get there.
Shortly, folks, in a couple of minutes, go to the other end, and I'll finish up today's video with the other horse. As I said, I believe the one we're looking at now is Tennyson, but I can't state it 100% categorically, just because I don't know why I seem to remember Tennyson having been retired, that number being recycled. But this horse does not look like a young. Oh, it's like yes, does not look like a young horse. So it looks like an old wise horse with all those whiskers. So maybe it is Tennyson after all. A lovely relaxing morning in the sunshine. Notice even the troopers even looking at how close people are getting to the horse. Brilliant thing to see, loving it. Okay, the other end. Hoover's in the shade a little teeny bit, but not for long. Looks like he's still eating breakfast, folks. see if I can get a picture and ID this beauty for you all. Oh, this one is very, 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 very unusual numbers. Okay, let's have a look, see if it matches with what I put on the list. It's a funny thing because instinctively I was thinking it's Carlo. I've actually been in the box with Carlo at Hyde Park and the horse doesn't look big enough. I'm not convinced it's Carlo. Trouble is the number is a real mess. It's a 3-digit number. So I'm going to defer folks on this one. Yeah, I don't want to call it because I'm not convinced. If any of you know 100% which one it is, feel free to post it in the comments. There are not too many of the horses actually that have a 3-digit number. This is one of them. That's why it's frustrating when you can't read one of the 3 digits. First two are crystal clear, but the third one's worn away. It's a possibility looking at the number list. It could be Isengard, but again, instinctively I don't think it is. So if it's not Carlo or Isengard, I have no idea. That's the truth. Oh, told off straight away, don't touch the horse. Love it. It says she was way too enthusiastic running virtually into the box. Lots and lots of people here, but they're keeping a good, respectful distance. It's really, really curious, folks. Remember before I mentioned about the sort of little ladies that stand here all day long with 1 or 2 phones. No mounting pole, nothing similar. Just standing there. There's one, look. It's a TikTok live, so what I'm guessing that someone's probably paying her, I don't know, maybe like £5 an hour or something, to stand there, in fact, and just hold it in a fixed position, which is, to be honest, quite distressing, because she's not using any kit to support it. She's holding it manually, which, trust me guys, is not an easy thing to do. Poor girl. But hey, times are hard, I guess. It's really sad to see that, like really sad. I have no idea who she works for, but my bet would be that she might well be, again, I'm not stating it unequivocally, she might well be unable to work legally, hence taking pretty much anything that she can get for very limited pay. Because she has 2 phones, I noticed here, she's here a lot actually, has 2 phones. One in one hand, one in the other hand, and all the time she's like flipping between the 2 phones. And the reason I find that interesting is that everybody else uses super close. Like, why is he being so disrespectful? I really don't understand. Look, trying to talk to the trooper and make him laugh. He's being very disrespectful.
What?
He's being very disrespectful.
No, it's English.
You don't speak English. You're being very disrespectful.
What?
You're being
What's
very
that?
disrespectful. How many times do I need to? You don't. Now you magically don't speak English, yeah?
Thank you.
You don't speak English. Well, can we talk about it in Hebrew? Is that easier? Don't thank me, and don't treat me like an idiot either. Twat. What a disrespectful twat, guys. That's really unfortunate after such a super chill. You know what? I'm going to tell the police about him. 1 second. Absolute idiot, like trying to taking the mick out the soldier while he's filming it and so on. I didn't touch him, but that really peed me off. I couldn't hear it, but you could see the soldier's face. He was not happy at all. Absolute flipping idiot. Guys, really sorry. That was such a positive morning until that point. Notice the soldier was very uncomfortable with that stupid moron. Oh, now he's pretending he can't speak English. Look. Oh, now he magically can speak English. And now, of course, they can't understand. Look, pretending. Oh, I don't understand. I can't speak English. Unbelievable, really. Exactly. Be respectful or get lost, you clown. I heard them speak English. They can speak English and they understand. They pretend to be stupid because it serves their purpose to be stupid. Oh, I can take picture. Now I can magically speak English again. Unbelievable, isn't it? Really, absolute comedians. I can't stand the people that know that they've been, you know, polite. I wasn't rude to him. I was very polite to his girlfriend. You heard that, folks. It only takes, you know, a grown man to say, "Oh, sorry," as so many people have done before. But that whole "oh, I don't speak English, don't talk to me" thing, that annoys me immensely, because it means that somebody's talking to me like I'm some kind of a mug. Unbelievable. Anyway, there's our closing shot of the idiot. Real pity, but hey, it is what it is, folks. After a very joyous morning, that's a real shame. However, hopefully he won't make the same mistake again. Guys, tomorrow, as I mentioned before, is going to be... I'm actually sad I saw that, because I don't know why, but the whole body language, I saw them sort of milling around in the area and they're waiting for the other tourists to go, and I could see how quickly they walked over that something, like a stupid video or something, was afoot. Just as I'm saying that kind of stupid behaviour has pretty much stopped, it happens again. Unbelievable. Really. Anyway, as I mentioned, tomorrow, guys, is going to be pouring here. Now, I don't yet know what that means. I will be out and about tomorrow. Now, whether or not that means I can be here filming is going to depend on just how bad the conditions are. It's been a long time since we've seen the horses in the pouring rain, so I might possibly have a little surprise for you all in the morning. We'll see how it goes. For now, I'm out of here. Sorry you had to witness that, guys, but at the end of the day, idiots need to be called out for being idiots. And it's funny because it's not that tourist idiots, it's the idiots. There's a very big difference. A very big difference. Back soon, people. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Real shame for the ending, but hey, all's well that ends well. Bye for now, guys.